Some of the compact home defense tools people are buying on Amazon right now will give them nothing but a false sense of security. Some will fail the moment a real threat crosses the threshold. And a few, legal in most states, no permit required, shipping directly to your door, are the same platforms law enforcement agencies issue for less lethal force operations. I'm going through 10 of them, and I'm not inflating a single ranking because the wrong pick here is the one you grab at 2 in the morning and find out too late it wasn't enough. One of these is the top-rated item on Amazon in this category, and I'm going to put it dead last. One fires at 90 miles per hour and carries exactly 2 shots. And number 1 is what defensive firearms instructors have started recommending to clients who want genuine stopping power without any permit at all. I pulled the ballistics data, the product specs, and documented real-world use for each one. Not sponsored picks. Stay with me. The capability gets significantly more serious as we count down. Number 10. The Vipertech VTS 989. Search home defense gun on Amazon, and this stun gun surfaces near the top of the results. Under $30 and an enormous number of positive reviews. The problem nobody puts in the product description. To use it, you have to be touching the person. Skin or clothing contact, trigger held, hoping the attacker doesn't grab your wrist before the charge completes. The electrical snap is loud and genuinely startling, which may stop someone not fully committed to the attack. Committed attackers, intoxicated attackers, or anyone wearing a heavy jacket, the audible deterrent is doing most of the work. In a home invasion where someone is moving through a hallway towards you, zero engagement range is a significant liability. For $10 more, there is a meaningfully better option. Number 9. The Mace brand Pepper Gun 2.0, around $50. Ships anywhere, and it gives you something number 10 doesn't: distance. The stream reaches up to 20 feet, the device reads as a handgun from across a room, and the psychological effect of something that looks like a firearm is real. Most home invasions end without any round fired at all. An intruder who sees something gun-shaped frequently recalculates. The honest weakness is the delivery method. Aerosol is affected by air movement, a ceiling fan, an open window, a fast-moving target, and accuracy under stress degrades quickly when you're chasing a stream toward a person who is moving. Good option for the price. Not the best option on this list. Number 8. The Kimber Pepper Blaster 2. $40, 2 shots, a 13-foot range. That sounds like 3 strikes until you look at how the rounds are actually delivered. Kimber uses a pyrotechnic charge, not aerosol, not CO2, to fire a stream of OC formula at 90 miles per hour. At that velocity, the formula reaches exposed skin before any voluntary evasive movement can happen. Standard pepper spray loses effectiveness when an attacker turns away or covers their face. At 90 miles per hour, there is no covering your face in time. 2 shots is the real limitation. If the first misses or a second person is involved, you are empty. Practice the grip before you need it. The trigger pull is heavier than most people expect on first handling. Number 7. The Taser Strike Light 2. Amazon sells dozens of combination stun gun flashlight products. Most share the same commodity internals with a label that changes every few months. The Taser Strike Light 2 is different because Taser, the company, actually engineers the hardware and stands behind it. 400 lumens of flashlight at the front end. Drive stun capability built in. The flashlight alone has genuine home defense value. A high output beam aimed at an intruder's face in a dark hallway creates several seconds of disorientation before anything physical happens. The stun element still requires contact, but this device is 12 inches long And that reach matters when someone is closing distance fast and you need the charge to land before their hands get to yours. $139, no permit in most states. Number 6, the Pepperball Lifelite Launcher. This is where the list moves from deterrence into genuine stopping capability. Pepperball supplies less lethal projectile systems to police departments, correctional facilities, and protective details. The Lifelite is their consumer version, CO2-powered 6 rounds, effective up to 60 feet. When a pepperball projectile strikes a hard surface near a target, it ruptures and releases a cloud of pava, a pepper-derived compound significantly more concentrated than standard OC spray. One round on the floor between you and an intruder saturates the immediate area in under 2 seconds. You do not need to be a precise shooter. You need to hit the general space. Around $300, no permit. A 60-foot engagement range means you can manage a threat from a completely different room if your floor plan allows it. For home defense specifically, that range advantage matters more than almost any other specification on this list. Number 5. The Umarex T4E TR50 Revolver. The T4E platform is Umarex's training and engagement series, used in force-on-force law enforcement training because the round dynamics approximate real impact response without lethality. The TR50 is the revolver version. 8 rounds of 50 caliber projectiles, CO2-powered double-action trigger. At close range home defense distances, inside a hallway, across a single room, a kinetic rubber ball from this platform carries impact energy comparable to a hard defensive slug. Swap in pepperball cartridges and you add area saturation on top of the kinetic effect. One honest limitation: CO2 output drops in cold environments. If your home runs below 50 degrees Fahrenheit in winter, performance will be reduced, around $130. No FFL, no background check, ships to most states without restriction. Number 4, the Byrna EP. Byrna Technologies makes the most established platform in civilian, less lethal defense. The EP, Enhanced Performance, is their compact model. .68 caliber, CO2 powered, semi-automatic operation. Small enough to fit in a jacket pocket. What separates Byrna from everything lower on this list is the projectile system. The same launcher fires kinetic rounds, solid polymer balls with real impact energy, pepper rounds that release PAVA and CS compound on contact, or inert training rounds for practice. You choose the round based on the situation. Effective range out to 60 feet, around $200. The EP carries 5 rounds before a reload, which is tight if you are managing more than one threat simultaneously. The trigger requires deliberate practice to stay accurate under pressure. But for compact, no-permit home defense capability, very little at this price point competes. Number 3, the Taser Pulse Plus. Everything above this on the countdown works on pain compliance, chemical irritation, or kinetic impact. The Taser works on something different. Probes fire up to 15 feet, penetrate 2 layers of clothing, and deliver neuromuscular incapacitation, involuntary muscular contraction. This is not about pain response. It does not require the target to be responsive to pain at all. A person in a rage state, someone significantly larger than you, someone under the influence of stimulants, none of that changes the result when the probes land correctly. The Pulse Plus pairs with a smartphone app for anti-theft tracking and includes a laser for probe placement. The limitation every honest review will tell you: 1 cartridge, 1 engagement. Once the probes deploy, you have 30 seconds of continuous current. If a second threat appears, you are reaching for something else, around $350. Legal in most states. Confirm yours before ordering. Number 2, the Umarex T4E HDR 68. The 68 in the name is the caliber in millimeters, 0.68 of an inch, the same projectile diameter as the number one pick on this list. The difference between this and the TR-50 at number 5 is impact energy. The 50 caliber version generates around 7 joules at point of impact. The HDR-68 generates closer to 11. At hallway distances, that difference is measurable in whether a committed attacker absorbs the hit and keeps moving or stops. This is the platform used by crowd control units in multiple countries and by private security contractors in force-on-force training scenarios. 7 shots per CO2 cartridge, revolver-style loading, slower between engagements than a magazine-fed system. Effective range of 60 feet, around $200, no permit. If you want this level of stopping power with faster reloads, number 1 has it. Number 1. The Byrna HD. At the beginning, I said number 1 is what law enforcement trainers have started recommending to clients who want genuine stopping power with no permit. This is it. The Byrna HD fires .68 caliber projectiles from an 8-round magazine, semi-automatically, powered by a standard 12-gram CO2 cartridge. Kinetic rounds, pepper rounds, or chemical irritant rounds. Same launcher. You choose based on the situation. 60-foot effective range. Trigger pull and grip dimensions close enough to a standard pistol that anyone with firearm training adapts immediately. Anyone without it finds it intuitive to learn from the start. Byrna Technologies supplies this platform to law enforcement agencies for use in situations where lethal force is not authorized, but control is required. The HD is that tool, sold directly to consumers on Amazon. Before you order, the Byrna HD ships legally to most U.S. states without a permit. A handful of states, including New York, New Jersey, and Hawaii, have statutes on high-powered air devices that may apply. Check your specific state law first. The full starter kit, launcher, CO2 cartridges, and a mixed selection of kinetic and pepper rounds runs around $280. Ships to your door. No permit, no FFL transfer, no waiting period in most states. For compact home defense capability without a carry permit, nothing on this list is close. So, there are your 10. The bottom 4 are contact or close-range tools that work best as deterrents. They may stop an attacker who wasn't fully committed. The middle 3 are genuine projectile systems where you're actually managing distance and area. And the top 3 are platforms that law enforcement agencies trust for less lethal force, now available to anyone with an Amazon account and a mailing address. Tell me in the comments which one you went with or which one is already in the nightstand. And if there is a platform I missed that you trust your home to, put it below. I read everyone. Subscribe, because next time I am going through the ammunition side, which specific rounds for which platform actually perform when the situation is real.